Right, in this week's video we'll be reviewing the Platyball, the ergo version. This was bought in the Kickstarter campaign with my own funds, so it will be a genuine review. It's not sponsored or anything like that. So let's now get on with the video. Good afternoon. Finally got out. Come back from Iceland and lots of catching up to do and pictures to process. So it's it's been nearly a fortnight since I got back, and this is the first time I've managed to get out, so I thought I'd do a video of it. What my intention is, I don't know whether I'll achieve this because we've had a lot of rain and the lake is very high, but to walk around the lake today, so we'll see how we get on. Anyway, it's quite a nice day today, so I did some work this morning and I thought I'd head out. Right, so the other thing I'm planning to do, just before I set off to Iceland, the Platyball that I purchased through a Kickstarter campaign came. It's made by the same people who make the Platypod, so I'm going to try that out and I'll show you that. So not quite sure whether we'll get really good pictures today, but we'll have a look at the new Platypods, or Platyball should I say. So anyway, we'll see you a bit later. Right, we've just come a little bit further than when I recorded the last bit, and you can see there, if I try and zoom in, Centennial stones. And sometimes they're totally out of the water. This time the water's almost over the top of them. So I'd imagine at the far end of the lake, the footpath's going to be flooded. And anyway, we'll walk around, see what we can see. If it's flooded, we'll just come back the same way. So anyway, I'll see you a bit later. Right, you can see the Platyball under the tripod there, and it's sort of upside down because the ball's there, so the whole head moves. I'll show some close-up a bit later on in the video. There's a wheel there to tighten it from rotating, and then these two buttons. The top one you press to tighten up the ball head, and the bottom one you press to loosen it. So you can do it with the camera all one-handed. So we'll see how we get on here at Ashness Bridge to take some pictures. So see you shortly. Right there, it's quite easy using these buttons to manoeuvre the tripod. I quite like it. We'll see how we get on. And anyway, we're going to take a picture here. We've got F15. 15th of a second, F11 at 100 ISO. So we're just going to focus. We'll focus on the bridge, which is about a third of the way into the shot, and then we'll take the shot. We'll see how that does. 1, 2, 3. I think that's 3. 1, 2, 3, yeah. Right. Well, I think we'll put some filters on, do a long shutter speed, so we'll get the filters out and we'll see how we get on. I won't video that, but whichever one looks best or both I'll put up on the video after this. Right, you can see one of the long exposures on the back of the camera there, so quite pleased with that. I think we'll pack up and we'll head on to Walla Crag. Few spots of rain at the moment, but we'll see what happens, so see you later. Well, we're here on the top of Walla Crag. I'm going to try and take a pano. As you can see, the head here rotates round. The only disadvantage I can see is you've got to have that perfectly level, which means the lens, you can't tip the camera. With a normal ball head, you could tip the camera down slightly and you could still rotate it round. So that may be one of the disadvantages of this. So anyway, we've got our shot, so we're gonna take it, and if it's any good I'll show you on the video after this. So you can see the first one there, f11, 25th of a second, 100 ISO, and then we'll go around a number of shots and then we'll stitch it together when we get home. So I'll see you a bit later. Right, you can just see this wheel here. If we turn it this way, this loosens it, and then we can spin the camera around, spin the camera around for the next image, and tighten it up. Right, so that's just finished on the top of Walla Crag. Starting to get a bit dark now and I need to get home to do some tea, so I'm going to call that a day. Alright, we've seen the video now, and there's just a couple of things I wanted to point out. As you can see here, this is the ring to tighten up when you've got the camera on. And I've just noticed, I did notice one thing. If you put your camera on there and then you can see it clicking around, and it tightens there, which is very good. But there is a tendency when you're doing that to hold the ring either side. So you hold that to push the button. But if you hold that the other side, that's the button that loosens it. And then it's a bit more difficult. So you've got to try and keep your finger off the loosening button just to click it there, and then that holds very well. So yeah, that's just one thing I spotted. The other thing I did mention out in the field was that obviously to do a pano, you've got to get the whole thing level, which is very easy with the buttons, getting it level using the camera, the level on the camera. Once it's level, that's fine. And as I said, there's a wheel here to loosen it, so the whole head spins round. The further you set the wheel, the easier it moves. Obviously the other way, and it tightens it up. But as I did say, the one disadvantage, although you wouldn't be doing it very much, occasionally where the camera's looking, you just want to lower it down very, very slightly. Obviously if you lowered it down a lot, the pano would look very, very strange indeed, but you may just want to go below the horizon, slightly below. But obviously with this you can't, because if you do that, the camera is then panning up like that, whereas on a normal one where you've leveled it lower down and it's going down, it is going like that, so keeping it steady. So that was just another point I noted. So that's the Platyball. I think it's very good. We'll maybe do an update in a few months' time. As I say, this was the first outing with it. But yeah, I'm quite impressed, although it is quite heavy. So we'll see how we get on. And as I say, we'll do an update in a few months. And for anybody who's watched this far, thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed it, please click the like button. And if you like what my channel's doing, please subscribe. And on the note of subscriptions, I'm very pleased to announce that we've now got over 100 subscribers, which is very, very good. It may not sound like a lot, but this is a very new channel, and at least we're going in the right direction. So once again, thank you very much.